There you go. So we have a little bit of time. We're gonna go to Goodwill and look at clothes. So I don't know if you remember me telling you this, but as part of my midlife crisis when I turned 40, I did lose some weight, and also I tried to find like a style. I was like looking for different clothes. I thought that would make me feel better if I had different clothes, and I was like, I want a different style, any style, because I didn't really have a style. So anyways, I listened to this one podcast of someone who was like, how to find your personal style. And one of the things she said was, comfortable is not a style. I was like, are we sure? Are we sure that comfortable is not a style? Pretty sure that is a style, but no, so that's not a style. So I did actually come up with like a style, an aesthetic, as it were. I was like, my style is like Amish meets Darren Malakian circa 2001. The only problem was I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know like what that style would look like. So I went to Pinterest and I was like, Pinterest will know. And I was like, Amish punk grunge. And Pinterest was basically like, that's not a thing. Here are some ads for online therapy. So I'm still trying to figure out what that is. I like Project Runway. I don't know if you've ever seen that show. I don't even know if it's still on or still exists, but they should definitely do a challenge where they're like, your challenge is to come up with Amish punk grunge. And I would really appreciate that. And I'm sure there's at least 3 other people in the world who probably also would appreciate that. So yeah. So my point is that we're gonna go to Goodwill and look at the clothes. And if you see an Amish punk grunge look, just like let me know. All right, we're here. You ready? Pretty much sums up. There's a lot of Louisville stuff here. Also a lot of alcohol shirts. A lot of church shirts too. Okay, explain. What is this? It's like pants and your torso is really small. I didn't see any Amish punk grunge clothes, so that's all right. Did you find anything you liked? Yeah. All right, so all this talk about personal style has me thinking that we probably have our own personal garden style, right? And I guess it could change from year to year. It doesn't have to stay the same every year, but I wonder if we could come up with kind of a way to describe our own personal gardening style. And I'm pretty sure that if comfy is not a clothing style, then lazy is not a gardening style. So like, what is your gardening style? I'm thinking for at least this year, I'm gonna go with my own personal style of Amish punk grunge. I think the Amish part maybe is like the practical part, and the productivity part. I like to have a very productive garden and a little bit of order to it. And I think the punk is gonna come in with all the like flowers that I put out and other random things that maybe don't necessarily go in a vegetable garden, a conventional vegetable garden. And the grunge aspect, I think, probably need to work on a little bit, is kind of being more laid back and not as attached to the outcome of like whatever comes. That's the way I'm interpreting it, but you know, it's my own thing. So what is your personal gardening style, especially this year? And wouldn't it be fun, not this year because it sounds very overwhelming, but it does sound fun but overwhelming. Wouldn't it be fun if we had like a competition, like a Project Runway type thing, where it's like, create a garden in this style? I bet they have that somewhere. I'm not gonna do it because that would just, the stress level, oh my gosh. So, but that's an interesting thought. So what is your gardening style? If not for life, then for this year, I'd love to know. Thanks for hanging out with me and going clothing shopping with me.